The situation began innocently enough, with a legal dispute surrounding the energy drinks endorsed by Lionel Messi and Logan Paul. What could have remained a simple business disagreement escalated into something much more personal, particularly when the confrontation between the two stars almost reached a boiling point. As things heated up, Messi's bodyguard, Yassine Chuko, stepped in to protect his boss, and that's when the idea of a potential boxing match started to emerge. While this might sound absurd at first, it's not entirely out of character for the Paul brothers, who are known for turning just about anything into a spectacle for profit. Logan Paul, always eager to generate buzz and keep his brand in the spotlight, threw down the gauntlet, challenging Messi to a fight in the ring. As if that wasn't provocative enough, Paul kept pushing, making sure to get a rise out of anyone who might be listening. And of course, Chuko, ever the protective bodyguard, responded to Paul's challenge in typical fashion. In a training session, he made it clear that Messi wasn't even aware of who Logan Paul was, but if Paul wanted a fight, Chuko was more than willing to step in. His message was clear. Listen, Logan, a lot of people are asking me about this. Fight. Let's do it. For the fans, let's make it happen. This naturally led to a verbal back and forth between the two. Logan, realizing he might have bitten off more than he could chew, tried to play it off. He dismissed Chuko's challenge, claiming he didn't have time for such a fight because, after all, he was a WWE superstar now. But that didn't stop Chuko. He wasn't backing down. On Instagram, he continued to ramp up the pressure, posting videos and messages that made it clear he was more than ready for a boxing match. Lolo, the king of excuses, Chuko quipped, along with hashtags like "not sign the contract Lolo," "stop excuses," and "no way out." Logan, never one to shy away from a challenge, fired back with his own inflammatory response. "You're Messi's bodyguard. That's crazy, brother," Logan wrote. "You make a lot of money, but apparently not enough because you want to do that big fight that I don't care about doing. I'm a WWE superstar who found his calling in life. But hey, if you want to fight, come see me in Puerto Rico. Let's do it bare knuckle, no mouth guard. Otherwise, shut your mouth, scammer." But Chuko wasn't intimidated. His response to Logan was both clever and cutting. "Hey, Lolo, you look so handsome with your blonde hair. Why are you getting nervous?" he taunted. "Stop dramatizing. So now you're looking for another excuse. Last time you said you were a WWE superstar, and now you're telling me to come to Puerto Rico and fight in the streets without gloves, without a mouth guard. You know we can't do that." It was clear that what started as a simple challenge had spiraled into something bigger. Both men were digging in their heels with no intention of backing down. Fans were eating up every moment of the drama, waiting to see if this spectacle would eventually turn into an actual fight. After all, if the Paul brothers know how to do anything, it's create a show that people can't look away from. And now, with the bodyguard of one of the world's most famous athletes involved, the stakes had only gotten higher. Would this clash between Logan Paul and Yassine Chuko evolve into something more than just social media trash talk? Or would it fade into yet another bizarre spectacle of celebrity ego and bravado? Only time would tell. But one thing was certain, the public loved every minute of it. As the back and forth escalated, it became evident that Logan Paul wasn't backing down either. His persona thrives on pushing boundaries and embracing controversy. So this challenge to Chuko was right in his wheelhouse. But what's interesting is how Paul tried to turn the tables, positioning himself as the bigger name, the bigger star, and ultimately the one who could afford to pick and choose his fights. His WWE success certainly bolstered that narrative. However, it was clear that Chuko wasn't just some side character in Paul's storyline. He was a force in his own right. Chuko's calm and collected responses were a direct contrast to Logan's fiery antics. While Logan was busy inflating his own ego, Chuko stayed grounded, knowing full well that a fight would speak louder than any Instagram post. He was showing the kind of quiet confidence that many bodyguards possess, knowing when to act, when to stand tall, and when to let the words of others fuel his fire. His refusal to back off only served to add layers to this already intense situation. The intrigue surrounding this potential fight wasn't just about the personalities involved. Fans were genuinely curious to see whether this was all just another bit of trash talk or whether it would lead to an actual event. Both Logan and Chuko had their respective followings, with Paul being a social media powerhouse and Chuko earning his respect as Messi's bodyguard. But beyond the celebrity drama, there was the real question. Could these two physically and mentally stand up to each other in the ring? Would this be a case of a giant mismatch, or could Chuko surprise everyone? Logan's threats to go bare knuckle and fight in the streets were particularly eye-catching. It wasn't just the physicality of it that intrigued people, it was the sheer absurdity of the offer. Fighting without gloves, without protection, in Puerto Rico? That's the kind of challenge you might expect in some underground fight scene, not a high-profile celebrity showdown. But for Logan, these outlandish demands had a purpose. They kept the drama going. Whether it was a ploy to avoid a real match or a genuine invitation, he knew it would spark conversation and keep the hype machine rolling. In the end, it's not just about the fight itself. It's about the game these two are playing. Both men have a deep understanding of what makes people tick, what catches their attention. Logan Paul knows how to stir up controversy for attention, while Yasin Chuko, though relatively unknown in the celebrity world, is starting to carve out his own space in the public eye. If this feud does lead to an actual fight, it will undoubtedly be another spectacle, another chapter in the ongoing saga of celebrity athletes using drama to fuel their careers. Whatever happens next, one thing is for certain: fans will be watching.